You get paid on Friday. By Tuesday, you are checking your balance and wondering where it went. Not because you bought anything dramatic. Not because something broke or something went wrong. The money just disappeared. And the strange part is, this happens almost every single month. It is not a discipline problem. It is not a character flaw. It is math. Specifically, it is a set of mathematical forces that nobody ever taught you to see. And once you see them, the pattern that has been draining your money for years will finally make sense. The first force is called the arrival illusion. When your paycheck lands, your brain does not calculate what you owe. It calculates what you have. Behavioral economist Richard Thaler, who won the Nobel Prize for his work on how people actually make financial decisions, found that people spend more freely when money arrives in large lump sums than when it arrives in small amounts. Your brain treats the full paycheck as available wealth, not as pre-allocated obligations. So you feel richer than you are. For a few days. Then the rent moves. The subscriptions pull. The insurance drafts. And the number collapses. The arrival illusion sets up the first leak. But the second force is quieter and more dangerous. It is called fixed cost creep. And it works through addition, never subtraction. Think back to 5 years ago. What were your monthly fixed costs? Rent or mortgage? Utilities? Maybe a phone bill? That was probably close to the full list. Now count today. Rent or mortgage? Multiple streaming services. A gym membership you joined in January. Cloud storage. A software subscription. 2 apps that charge annually, which means you forgot they existed until the charge appeared. A car payment. An insurance bundle. A food delivery membership. Each one arrived as a small decision. Each one felt affordable at the time. None of them ever left. The mathematics here is brutal. If you add one $12 subscription per month, that is $144 gone per year. If you add one subscription like that every 6 months for 5 years, you have built an invisible wall of fixed costs that now absorbs nearly $1,000 a year without a single conscious spending decision. You did not choose to spend that money this month. You chose it years ago, in small moments you have since forgotten. Fixed cost creep is how your lifestyle expands without your permission. The third force is the one economists call lifestyle inflation, but mathematicians would simply call it a percentage trap. Every time your income rises, your spending rises proportionally. Sometimes it rises more than proportionally. Research published by the National Bureau of Economic Research found that for every $1 increase in income, the average household increases its spending by between 80 and 90 cents within 2 years. Not because people are reckless. Because the reference point moves. A 10% raise feels like freedom, so you upgrade the apartment. You buy the better version. You eat out more often. And your new baseline becomes the floor you cannot fall below. Now here is the counterintuitive twist. The raise that was supposed to save you actually created a new financial ceiling. Your obligations expanded to meet your income. So the gap between what you earn and what you keep stays roughly the same, no matter how much more you start making. This is why people earning 2 and 3 times what they used to earn still feel like they are running out of money every month. It is not because they are irresponsible. It is because they never outran the percentage trap. But there is a fourth force, and this one is the most invisible of all. It is the mathematics of small recurring costs compounded by time. You already know about compound interest as a wealth builder. But compound cost works in exactly the same direction, just against you. Consider this. A $10 daily habit, something as ordinary as a coffee and a snack, does not cost $300 a month. It costs $300 this month. It costs $3,600 this year. If that same $3,600 had been placed into an investment account returning 7% annually, which is roughly the historical average of broad market index funds, it would be worth more than $14,000 in 5 years. In 10 years, more than $36,000. The cost of the habit is not $10 a day. It is the compounded future value of $10 a day. Every single day you pay that cost, you are also forfeiting the future version of that money. This is what the math actually says. Small costs are not small. They are deferred financial consequences stretched across time, made invisible by their smallness. So why does nobody explain this clearly? Partly because the financial industry earns money when you spend. Partly because the school system never taught the mathematics of personal cash flow. And partly because the human brain, as psychologist Daniel Kahneman showed in his research on cognitive ease, avoids complex mental calculations when a simple feeling is available. Checking your account balance feels like enough. Running the actual numbers feels like work. So most people never run them. Here is what you do with this instead of a tip or a trick. You create a single number. Not a budget with 40 categories. One number. Your real fixed cost total, meaning every obligation that drafts automatically each month, whether you do anything or not. Add them up completely. Subscriptions, insurance, debt minimums, utilities, memberships. Get the real number. Then subtract that from your income before you touch anything. What remains is the only money you actually have. Everything else was already spent the moment you earned it. When you see that number clearly, the illusion breaks. You stop wondering where your money went. You see exactly where it goes. And for the first time, you are making a real financial decision based on real mathematics instead of a feeling that dissolves every time the paycheck does. You got paid on Friday. And now you know exactly why Tuesday looks the way it does.